Hey guys, welcome to Algos Explained. My name is David Kim and welcome back to my channel. I haven't uploaded a video in many months now, and so with this video I don't have an algorithm problem for you today, but I wanted to give you an update on the channel and my life and an updated study strategy for a job search that you might be doing. And so to give you an update on me, I stopped uploading videos for several months on my YouTube channel because I myself was delved into the world of studying algorithms and data structures for job interviews. And so I'm a strong advocate of creating a plan for yourself, and if you're really going like all out in algorithms and data structures, you don't really have time for anything else. For me personally, I sacrificed my social life during those months, and that also meant not uploading to YouTube. And so that's what happened. I did get a job. I'm up in Washington now, and I work for Microsoft. And so I was able to land a good one, a nice big job. And so that's that. You can expect more YouTube channels, of course. I have been with Microsoft for a couple of months now, but I am planning on getting back to algorithm and data structures. What I might be doing, well, I'm pretty sure most of my audience, most of my subscribers subscribe to me for the algorithm and the data structures. If you subscribe to me for API videos, potentially, I don't have too much of those, but if you're on here for that, please comment so that I know. I usually get a lot more comments on my algorithm videos, therefore that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I just value that interaction. And so with that said, I obviously was studying for algorithms and data structures for this new job, and so I actually took a different approach than the approach that I took last year. The last year video and the study strategy can be found. Maybe I'll link it. Maybe there's like a card either here or here. I don't know which side of the corner it is yet, but I will link that. And I do recommend that study strategy for people who are not well versed in algorithms and data structures yet. I mean, to give a short recap of that video, the main ideas behind it is to get a lot of exposure to different problems. And so that video, I believe it had me doing 3 problems a day and 6 problems on the weekends, just doubling to 3. And that was with a full-time job. And so obviously what I sacrificed was my social life, and I know that sometimes you can't sacrifice things like that. Maybe you have other obligations that you have to get to. And so tailor it to yourself, but at the same time, if you really can afford to not hang out with your friends, or if you can afford to ask another family member to take on the responsibilities that were originally yours so that you can focus on studying, I highly recommend that. So the new study strategy that I used was, instead of just focusing on the hard, medium, and hard, easy, medium, and hard questions, this time what I did was I focused on the topics instead. So I would focus on arrays, I would focus on strings, I would focus on graphs and array lists and trees. And this second time around, I did not do any easy. As actually last study strategy, I had been doing easies along with the mediums and hards, simply as a confidence booster. But this time around, I just didn't do those at all. I went with the mediums and I went with the hards. And so if you are comfortable with that too, I recommend doing so. You're not really ever going to get an easy question on an interview unless your interview has asked that for a long time, and therefore they can make that easy question into a medium or hard one by adding more onto it. And with that said, I wanted to give you just another tip for these interviews. I think I might have mentioned it in my previous video, but the way the questions are chosen by the interviewers, they ask you questions, I would say, one, what they're comfortable with, but also depending on the length of time of your interview, you can kind of guess what topics you're going to get. For example, on a phone interview, you're not going to really, I would be surprised, very surprised, if you were to be given a graph question, simply because a graph question, it's much easier to solve once you visualize it. So when you draw circles and when you draw node connections, and same with tree questions when you do that. However, you will highly likely get array questions, you will highly likely get string questions, and so depending on what stage of the interview you are in, if you pass the phone interview, then you're on to the on-site. Stop focusing too much on the arrays and string questions, simply because it's really time to dive into deeper data structures, using sets and maps and stuff like that to solve graph questions. With that said, it's not to say that you won't get any more like string and array questions, because sometimes you can. And as a matter of fact, if you know about one of those things, like the sliding window questions, that uses arrays heavily. And so that's an example of a more advanced concept that uses a data structure that's so fundamental that you might assume won't come back to you after you did like a phone interview. And so that's all I have for you today. I will be uploading possibly more just screen recordings versus actual whiteboard sessions, just because I do find myself a little bit busier here. And with the holidays coming up, trying to get projects finished and stuff. And so thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for staying subscribed to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.